Looks about right for diamonds to me. Oh, hello. Do drugs. They're awesome. Ah, he didn't see me! I creeped the creeper! Right, we're safe. Why am I poisoned? What the oh god! Oh god, it's a witch! Oh, hello. Right, sorry about that. I was just trying to unclench my anal sphincter. Sorry for that lovely visual to kick off this episode. But good God, we have never been so close to losing this 29 levels of experience. Wow, he really got the drop on me there. Christ on a bike! By rights, I really should be dead. Oh, hello. I don't like you being up there, you arachnid bastard. Let's, can't reach. Oh, come on! Right, I'm gonna go down here. Why am I still messing around down here? I know, I'll put up a very thin and crumbly dirt wall. That should protect me against further creeper blasts. I am stressed. You have no idea. Right, nothing's creeping up behind me. Right, come here. Oh god, something creeped up behind me! Hello, goodbye. Bugger this, mate. We're off. Let's leave this place. Hello, my little tweed-wearing fashionistas. How are you today? I don't know what is going on. What is going on? We're still looking for diamonds so that we can complete this game. You're just catching up. I'm a madman who doesn't know the skills of self-preservation. I should have left this death trap long ago, but here we are still. If you want to catch up, if you're new here, welcome. There's a link. You can catch up on the previous episode, or even indeed the previous season. There's a big playlist there. You can look at them all. Speaking of danger, this is ludicrous. Oh, what was that? Is that a zombie or a creeper? Ah, zombie. We'll deal with him when we come to it. 13 on the y-axis, so good. We are looking fine for diamonds. And I think I've mentioned previously, if we don't find diamonds down here, and I don't want to strip mine or anything, I'll just take some lava up to the surface. Oh, he's dealt with himself. Good man! Good man! Yes, we'll just take loads of buckets of lava up to the surface and construct a nether portal mold and fashion one that way. But speaking of newcomers, we have got a question, or a series of questions, from DBZ4Me19. Hey! Hey to you, sir. Hey, I've just finished Season 1 and wanted to give a few questions. By the way, segue, we've had loads of great questions come in the comments from you guys, and I just want to say thank you so much. It makes things more enjoyable for me and hopefully for you watching, rather than just me narrating like stuff like this craziness. Huh. So yes, do keep those questions coming in. I will answer anything, no matter how personal, political, or what have you. Anyway, back to DBZ. Number 1, what's your opinion on the Hobbit movies? I am yet to see the second one, Desolation of Smaug. I saw the first one and I was bored to tears. I thought it was really poor. I loved the original Lord of the Rings series, and indeed all the books. Wow, this is dark. Light her up, get rid of this water. Yeah, I hated the first Hobbit movie. It was a meandering, plotless mess as far as I could see. But I hear the second one is a lot better. So I will check that out when it's on DVD, which should be coming shortly, I would imagine. So that's that. What are your guys' opinions on the Hobbit movies? Do let me know. Did anyone enjoy the first one? That's what I'd be interested to hear. Wow, so last episode I slagged off Doctor Who, and this episode I slated J.R.R.R.R. Tolkien. How else can I get rid of my subscribers? Oh dear, I'm sorry. Oh god, hello! Hello. Ah, he didn't see me! I creeped the creeper! Brilliant. Yes, I promise I will stop criticising things people love. Is there anything else you want me to piss on while we're at it? DBZ, back to your question. Will you fight the Wither boss at any point? I understand if it's a no. 1% chance of getting a Wither skull, plus you need 3 skulls. Because you're new, you might not be aware of the fact that, I don't play Minecraft much outside of recording these. So in between the jump, between Season 1 and 2... Oh, we're back here. Between Season 1 and 2, there were so many updates and things that I'm just unfamiliar with. I've never seen a witch in this game, I've never seen a wither. What else? Horses I've not seen. And, get lost. I hate these bats. Bats, they're a new thing as well. I've not... Yeah, the horse thing. I know someone keeps asking me to find a horse and ride it. I don't know how to go about that. I don't know where they are. Similarly with the Wither, I know nothing about them. What are they for? Where do they appear? I understand they're hard. Maybe you can fill me in on that. Let me know what all of that is about in the comments, because I just don't know anything about them. I've not even looked it up. Okay, it's still on 11 with the y-axis. This is good. I reckon that way is the way to go. Skirt around the outside. Round the outside. Round the outside. One little British man skirts around the outside. Guess who's back? Back again. Reginald's back. I thought we agreed to stop the singing last episode. Ah, hello. Hello! Get in that lava! Get in that lava! Oh, I did. But in ultimate answer to your question, this pickaxe is running out. That wasn't the answer to your question. That was just an observation. The Wither boss! If we come across it in the game, if that's part of the main quest, if you will, yes, we'll take him on. But otherwise, I don't want this season dragging on forever. I'm keen to plow through. Oh, I hate these things! Oh my god, he's poisoned me! Is that... what the dickens? Back off! Back off! Right, we're safe. Why am I poisoned? What the oh god! Oh god, it's a witch! We're just talking about the fact I've not seen a witch, and there is one. Is he following? Yes, he's following! Run! Oh god, 1 heart. I'm so dead. I'm so dead. I'm so dead. For the second time already this episode, I'm so dead. Run away! Run away! Run away! Oh god. Right, eat. Eat, eat. I'm not poisoned anymore. Where is he? Oh my days, I need to heal up. This is a precarious situation. My pedigree chums. Okay, we're fine for now. I've set up a few little furnaces to smelt some of the ore we've gathered. And now I'm trying to fill lava buckets to take up to the surface. I have indeed given up the quest for diamonds, at least for now. Let's take this out of my hotkey toolbar. Last thing I want is an accidental magma bath. Right, so we need 10 buckets, by my reckoning. And while I'm... that is not how you make a bucket. Well done, genius. Right, think. Yes, there we go. Genius. Right, so we need 10 buckets, by my reckoning. While I'm... that is not how you make a bucket! Come on, man. You genius. There we go! Bucket. I have played this game before. While I'm doing this, let me take a question. Davin has asked this time round, the US state of Colorado has just legalized marijuana. What are your thoughts on the pretty controversial move? And when are you going to move there? Haha. Naturally, when talking about drugs on the channel, I have to be careful what I say. but I'm also very candid and don't hold anything back from you guys. At the same time, I also need to acknowledge that most of the people watching my gaming videos in particular, according to analytics, are teenagers, like yourself, Davin. So anything I say, I need to do so in a responsible manner. Let me just eat this steak and I'll issue the advice I've got. Do drugs. They're awesome. Now, let me qualify what I'm saying here. I think that you should be very safe in what you're doing. I think you should know all the facts. And if there's anyone watching that's concerned about what I'm saying, you're stupid if you think that teenagers are not going to experiment anyway. And I would be doing the teenagers watching a disservice if I treated them like an idiot and pretended they weren't going to. So, what I'm saying is I think we need to foster an environment where people know all the facts and can experiment in a safe environment. I don't think it helps if I was just to come on and say, don't do drugs, drugs are stupid, if you take drugs you're the worst person on the planet. That's a bullshit thing to do, and I have more respect for you than that. And this is half the problem. You see, with the right-wing media, in their coverage of things like the Colorado legislation, they'll get very reactionary and over the top, and it's just not, it's counterproductive being all shrill about the issue as opposed to just talking about the facts. And the other problem you've got is you see this news story all the time. Young, typically black guy in his mid-20s gets sent down for life for being caught carrying a spliff. It's ridiculous. And then the next thing you know is the people, the religious leaders and the right-wing politicians that impose such totalitarian laws in the first place to persecute those beneath them, they end up in the news the next week being caught doing crystal meth with a gay hooker. Yes, I'm looking at you, Ted Haggard. You twonk. Really gets my goat. What else can I say that'll get me into trouble? Yes, I'm not going to be that guy because I have experimented with drugs. We've spoken in previous episodes about how I was a hellraiser as a teenager. And I'm not going to judge anyone for doing drugs. That said, this all said, I don't do drugs now. I'm awful on drugs. I can take 2 drags of a spliff, and I will, when everyone else is getting chilled and just listening to music and just thinking about the universe, I'll be in the corner of the room with my heart palpitating and feeling like my face is going to peel off and everyone's talking about me behind my back. I don't need any substances to feel uncomfortable in my own skin or self-conscious. So I don't really do drugs. Alcohol's my drug of choice. And similarly, I don't like people being on drugs around me. They annoy me. You know what it's like when you hang out with a pothead or someone who's on coke. Just insufferable jackasses, especially when you're sober. So that's my feelings on that. What else can I say that'll cause controversy? Don't smoke is one thing I'll say. Experiment all you like, but take it from me that smoking is a black hole that you will struggle for most of your life to get out of. It's a horrible, horrible affliction, being addicted to nicotine. And if I could go back and... I don't have many regrets in my life. If I could go back and address one, and it's the only one I've got, is I would never have smoked my first cigarette. Please, 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 kids, don't smoke. Hello, you. You, zombies, don't smoke. The other thing is, if you're watching this thinking, oh, Zeke isn't being a very good role model here, you're absolutely right. I don't want anyone to take advice. Oh God, hello! Jesus Christ. Yes, if you think that I am someone to look up to, I would kind of rather you unsubscribed. And if you're a parent watching who's got issues with what I have to say, please do get into contact. I don't want to fight. I'm happy to talk. And if you've got a problem with drugs or just want to thrash things through with someone who isn't going to patronise you and has been there, get in touch. You know, I'm open to talking. So that is my kind of on-the-spot feelings about drugs, some of which I'll listen to later and maybe cut out. Or, ow! Ow! Have a torch to the face. I might edit some, if not all of this out, I don't know. But to answer your question, is it right for Colorado to legalise drugs? I don't know. It depends. I mean, I've been to Amsterdam a few times, which is famous for its liberal policies on substances. You cannot go to a more cosmopolitan, safe, charming location on this planet. It's lovely. And I think a lot of it is down to the fact it's liberal. You know, no one acts shady and no one... If you've got everything you want on tap, you very quickly don't want it. The Dutch don't really care much for pot. It's mainly just the tourists. And if the tourists aren't wanting for anything, if everything's there and legal, then there's no shady dudes on the street corner or people jacking your car for drug money or whatever. Because it's all overground. It's all instantly accessible. But you can't compare one place with another. You know, it might not be right for Colorado. I just don't know. Where am I? There's another question. Oh, I think this might be a shortcut down to that place we were just at. Yeah, it looks like it. So if we need to return here, we'll go down there. Do you want to know the one place that is more liberal than Amsterdam or indeed anywhere else on the planet when it comes to pot? There is a country on this earth. Ooh, Jesus Christ. Ah! Back up. Right. Can I get this? Nope, it's gone. Let's head on out. Yes, there's a place on this planet where the pot grows in every green space ever. It grows on the sides of the roads. Everyone smokes it. People just pick it and roll it up and smoke it. The authorities don't care. Everyone just treats it as if it's like having a beer. And that country might surprise you. North Korea. Indeed, look it up. There's a very good Vice article on the subject. I'll link to it below if I remember. North Korea is the most liberal country on the planet when it comes to pot. I'm not sure about other drugs, but there we go. Anyway, I hope that answered your question, Davin. Sorry, I waffled a lot. I know it was meant to be a pithy, funny question, which it was. But there we go. Oh, my throat hurts from ranting so much. Okay, nighttime, not ideal. I need to somehow get to the top of the canyon wall again. See how we get on. While I was ranting, I did indeed get all of the lava we need, so I think by the end of this episode, we'll have made a nether portal. Think of that. Right, this looks like as good a place as any. Build this damn thing. Now I need to concentrate really hard because I don't have enough lava to make any mistakes. Also, you know, I'm working with bloody lava, so I need to try very hard not to make myself incandescent. And while I'm doing this, let's just make things harder on myself by trying to answer another question at the same time. We've got Wabbit! Hello again, Wabbit. How are you, my old mucker? Wabbit, this time round, has asked... do you plan on, ever in your life, writing creatively? I know you did some comics on your Titty Biscuit site, but do you plan on returning to that medium? Very good question. Basically, and it's quite a long story, I will try and keep this brief for those of you who are not interested in my background, but yes, basically, I have always been a writer. I recognised quite early on, about 16, 17, that it was the only thing I was ever going to be kind of good at. So with this in mind, I went off to university and I studied the craft in more depth and count my lucky stars that, and I still do, fast forward 5 years ago and I went professional. It became my day job and it still indeed is. Writing is what I do all day when I'm not dicking around in Minecraft with you good fellows. So yes, the downside, however, is that if you want to make money with creative writing, the best policy is to stick to writing ransom notes. It's very difficult to make money in creative writing, so the kinds of stuff I do wouldn't necessarily be classed as creative, but, you know, pays the rent. The downside to all this is it's very difficult to spend all day writing for clients, and then at the end of the day, spending yet more time writing for yourself. It's mind-numbing. But I've always, away from anything I do work-wise, I always have this kind of desire to do something creatively for myself. So if it's not writing, you know, this is how the YouTube channel came about. I was working a very, very high-pressure job in a marketing company, and at the end of the day, I was like, I need to offload some steam and do something creative. And this is why the YouTube channel came about. Similarly with Iron Man mode. Although that is writing, I did that in my spare time and for charity, just to let off some steam kind of thing. Anyway, so you mentioned this really old site that very few people have heard of, and I'm surprised you even have. Yeah, going back 10 years ago, my first kind of project was Titty Biscuits, is the name of the site, for reasons I can't even remember. And on there is some early work that I'm not proud of, some of it I am. A lot of the ideas were good, but just poorly executed. Some of the ideas were awful, but brilliantly executed. So, there you go. And one of the things on that site was a little attempt by me at making webcomics. That was just an attempt at me learning how to draw. I've always been envious of people who are good at digital art, and I've always loved webcomics. So I decided to just go for it in public, and that might give me an impetus to improve. And, yeah, it didn't really. Yeah, the one-off series I won't even put on the screen. That was kind of embarrassing. But I looked back on it after I saw your question, and I was looking back on the failed attempt at a webcomic, a fantasy epic that I was doing, and I didn't get too far into it, but you know what? It doesn't look too bad. Am I going to return to it? No. I'm not very good at drawing. It took me an extraordinary amount of time, and the returns were not, you know, as fruitful. Hardly anyone saw it, and I was busting a gut making them. And I thought the competition is so severe in the webcomic market that me with my limited skills, I'm not going to get anywhere. Let's do other things. That all said, actually I can't say too much, but there's two projects, one of which I mentioned earlier. I'm doing a big charity thing in a couple of months, and I'll be announcing that soon. So that's going to be a huge project for this year. After that, I'm working on an even bigger project, which is going to be, you're the first to hear of it, an animated film. And it's going to be a kind of fantasy thing. It's going to be similar to that webcomic you saw on the site, although a little bit different. It's going to be a feature-length animated webcomic, and it'll be like, imagine if David Firth was to tell a story like The Life of Pi. And it's going to be a collaborative thing, and we're going to kickstart it to raise the funds to get other people involved, including my brother, who's going to do the soundtrack, and yeah, it'll be awesome. Anyway, check out our portal, guys! We have a portal! Woot! So we shall go through that in a moment. But yeah, I have a few big projects in the works, as well as keeping this YouTube channel ticking over. But they're so huge in scale and actually beyond my means that I shouldn't really say anything about them until, you know, things are confirmed. And anyway, it's boring until I can show you something. But more often than not, the first you'll hear about my ruminating ideas are right here in this Minecraft Let's Play. So yeah, stay tuned, I guess, if that is what floats your boat. But let's go on the hunt for some sheep. I'm very, very conscious that if I die... hello. If I die, I'll respawn in Greenland, which is suboptimal. So yes, let's get the sheeps. Good morning! I have collected some rudimentary supplies from the makeshift base. And I've also slept through the night as well, so if the worst should happen, we'll hopefully respawn back in there. It did just occur to me off camera as well, we do not know what is going to happen when we walk through that portal. If you watched the previous episodes, you will recall that the planet Earth map gets very funky if you try and go to the North Pole. The divide between Greenland and this paradise we found ourselves in is very strange to say the least, so who knows how that's going to appear in the Nether, or how the game will handle it. My mouse batteries have just died. Professional YouTubing! Oh, there we go. So yes, thank you so much for watching. I best wrap it up in a minute. Sorry, it's been a very weird one. Don't know what's gotten into me, but leave a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the episode, as always, and see if you guys can outdo each other. Who can ask the question that will get me most riled up next episode? That'll be fun. See who can ask the question that'll most get me in trouble when I try to answer it honestly. Anyway, let's do this. I'll catch you next time. Cheerio. Oh, hello. It seems like we've hit something of a milestone for Season 2 with this journey into the Nether, so do hit that subscribe button if you don't want to miss what is coming next. Alternatively, you can follow me on Twitter @IronmanMode. Lastly, I now don't make any money on this channel, but I will carry on doing videos as long as you guys are enjoying them. To show me that you are, click that link, and I'll tell you a few ways in which you can support me and help you help us all. Cheers.